Hey guys, it's Aaliyah Shamir back with another video. So today we're going to be doing a story time, and I wanted to film this earlier so this wouldn't be happening right now. But, you know, there was another idea I had. I didn't get an answer in time, and I was like, I need to film something that I can post tomorrow. But I know this one is going to be a really good one. It's a story time about how I got scammed for my first birthday photo shoot this year. And I know, yes, I paid almost approximately around $400 for pictures that I did not receive. And I had to go book another shoot, which I'm going to insert those photos. But yeah, I hope y'all ready to listen. But wait, something's off. Hold on. Okay, this is more like it. So let's get started with this story time about how I got scammed by my first photographer for my 29th birthday shoot. So first and foremost, I want to start at the beginning of the whole plan so that you can understand how devastating this was for me. So I'm 29. I turned 29 February 13th. So last year, my birthday was a wash. As you guys saw, if you actually went through my first and my second video, your girl has been going through hell and high water, okay? So I really wanted to celebrate not only my last year in my 20s, I told everyone like it's a celebration of me ending my 20s. Like it was a big deal to me, but also a word that God had given me, the beginning of my walk with Christ. You guys know I gave my life to God February 18, 2023. 3 months later, around August, I went through hard times for the remainder of the year up until I got the other job that I told you guys about. But God had given me the word Jeremiah 29:11, and it's for I know the plans I have for you, plans of good and not of evil, to bring you to an expected end. So I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be 29. 2 + 9 is 11. God's word is completed in my life. He kept his promise. 3 years, all these good things. So I'm hyped. So I started planning what I was going to do, and I knew I didn't have like a huge amount of funds, but it didn't matter because I really wanted it to be sentimental. If you get to know me, I'm like more about the meaning behind things rather than the lavish nature of everything. So I wanted my birthday to be with people who I genuinely love, care about, but also were with me through pivotal moments. Even some people that were invited were new people, but I already had been coming up with a plan. My cousin was literally planning it with me. She was like, I'm going to host your birthday because I already know how you are. You're going to try to like be working the entire time instead of enjoying your 29th birthday. So I reached out to the original photographer that I wanted, probably like around July-ish, August, around that time. And then I kept hesitating because I was like, oh my God, I just got distracted by life. Like I got in a car accident. I knew I wanted to do a 90s theme. It was inspired for my love for 90s. Of course, my name is Aaliyah. I was named after Aaliyah. My mom was killing it in the 90s. I was actually inspired by one of her pictures that I cannot find, so I can't even insert it to help. But I wanted to have a 90s theme, and I wanted my photo shoot to be like 90s, like, so like focus on natural beauty. You know, the girls, they wore makeup that was like, they had on makeup, but it was more natural. It was more about the aesthetic and the beauty of the woman more than like the glitz and glam and all that type of stuff. And I feel like it was just simplistic, and the women were so beautiful, not only because they just physically look good, but inside. So I had already been talking to the original photographer I wanted. So coming December, we're talking here and there, all that type of stuff. Boom, it's January. I have December, like, already getting excited. So last minute, it was like December, January. So my mom was like, hey, I know a photographer that is cheaper and did my cousin's photo shoot when she was like at her baby shower. And I was like, I was kind of hesitant because I'm the person, I don't mind spending the money for the quality, but your girl had and has a tight budget because I am a full-time student, my love. So I was like, you know what, Mom? I trust your judgment. Who is it? And if she worked with my cousin, she has to be vetted. I did not have a conversation with my cousin. I just decided to make this decision based on my mama and my big sister. So I reach out to the girl. I look on her website, and I see from what I saw on her Instagram, it looked good. And we're going to call her Ratatouille because she's a rat. And the reason why I call her a rat is because rats scurry around in the garbage or through people's belongings to try to find like little leftovers or droppings to eat instead of earning their own keep. But that's okay for a real rat. A human acting like a rat, you can see my dismay, okay? But long story short, I look on her Instagram. The photos look pretty good, and I'm like, it's a 90s theme. Like, how can you mess it up? Just focus here. I have everything. I have the concept. I have the ideas. I have the look. I put everything together. Your girl is a creative director for herself. So I'm like, this can't be that hard, my love. So book the thing. I see that's $125, and it's like, oh, a session XYZ. It's like an hour. I'm like, it shouldn't even take that long. All I need is like a good 3 to 4 pictures. But I'm excited because the one that I had originally been talking to, it was going to be around like $300+. You know what I mean? But so I reach out to him, and at first I was a little apprehensive to let him know. But I was just like, you know what? I rather save this money and then be able to put that money elsewhere, because anyone that has a party, it's expensive. Like, I knew I wanted to get everybody goodie bags. There were supposed to be people coming from in town. Like, it was going to be like a lot of people, and I wanted to make sure that everybody was comfortable and safe. And so if I can have more money to make sure people are comfortable and safe, that's what I'm going to do, because I love my people at the end of the day. So, my shoot with the new person, because I let the person, photographer number 1, we're gonna call him BMW. I don't know why I thought of BMW, probably because he made a comment about my car. I don't have a BMW, but I'm just gonna call him BMW because he's premium, he's luxurious, he's classy. And so right now I reach out to BMW, let him know, hey, I found someone else that is a little cheaper, that is way cheaper, like half the price that he was charging, that I'm gonna do my shoot with. And he was like, I cannot forget what he said to me. He said, cheaper, but is the quality good? And I was just like, ha ha ha. I felt like that was God foreshadowing for me. So I'm all excited for my shoot. I'm telling everybody about it. I'm telling my therapist. I'm like so hyped up. I'm thinking about the rollout, the pictures, how everybody's gonna talk about it, how it's about to be lit, how like I'm like everything was gonna be great. I'm like, my mom's gonna love it. It's a tribute to her as well. I'm thinking my dad's gonna like it because I put my ring, the ring that the first ring he gave my stepmom, I got it. It's like a family heirloom, and I was the first one who got it because I'm the firstborn. And I was like gonna put it in there, like everything was gonna be intentional. Your girl was really excited. So I get there. First thing, I had to pay a deposit before I actually got my date. After I paid the deposit, it was like $50. So I paid that deposit. She sent like a long list of rules. Do not be late. Not being able to find the place is not an excuse. You will be charged. Like all these lists, like, and if first, most people are like, that should have been your first sign. But in my head, I'm like, if she has all these rules, that means that she's abiding by it. And in my head, I'm like, my cousin worked with her, and my oldest guy cousin on my mama's side went to school with her. So she is reliable. She would never do me dirty. So you would think, right? So it's a day of the shoot. She's late. My cousin and my mom are coming to my shoot to support me because I am very nervous for this shoot. I get there first. I'm not getting no answers. I'm not getting no replies. I don't know what's going on. I'm calling her. It's going straight to voicemail. So I'm already, it's like something in my gut knew something was off, because I just instantly, like, my gut sank when I got there, and I was like, whew, I got scammed. But at that point, I'm like, it's $50. I only lost $50 at this point. So I started reaching out to BMW saying, hey, like, I think the photographer is ghosting me and is not showing up. Can I still shoot with you? He's like, yes, I can do it at this time. You see why I call him BMW? You see why and he's a very good photographer, and he's photographed some really, like, high level people. So I feel honored that even though I paid, it was like the fact that he's being so communicative at the level that he's in. I'm grateful for that, period, point blank. So long story short, she gets there. She doesn't apologize for being late. She doesn't even acknowledge my presence. So I just kind of walk in behind her as she opened, and she's like scurrying around trying to get stuff together. And I'm like anxious because I'm like, I was calling my cousin like, bro, I should never went with her, XYZ. Like, I was so overwhelmed. And I'm thinking like, sis, are you going to acknowledge me? But I'm just being quiet because I have to observe what's going on. I have to scope the scene. Because at the end of the day, she has my card information. So she's like, hey, like, do you know what you put a deposit in for? And I was like, a photo shoot? And she was like, no, you clicked for like a clicker. So basically I'm going to set up and you're just going to click. And I was like, huh? And she's like, yeah, but I can shoot you. And I was like, how much is it going to be? She gives me the price. It's like, she's like, how many pictures do you want? And it was like, I was like, I just need about 4 to 5. I forgot the number that she gave me. And she's like, it'll be around, I think it was like $315. You'll owe a total of like around, I think $275, because I had already paid $50 for my deposit. So I would owe around $275. I was like, okay, bet, because that was the original cost of the original shoot. So she starts like scurrying to get stuff together, everything. And then she says to me, she's like, oh, do you have on Baccarat? And I'm like, no, I don't. I have on Ariana Grande Cloud. And she was like, oh my God, that smells like Baccarat. And I was like, I know, people tell me that all the time, but it really, I wasn't even capping. It really was Ariana Grande. I've had and I have Baccarat. And don't waste your, that sounds like shady, but it's like you can get that same scent with a couple other dupes. But if you get that Ariana Grande Cloud perfume, people are going to think you spent that $500 for that one when you didn't. But I really didn't. I don't know if she thought I was capping, trying to hide the amount of money I have, which I do sometimes, but it's like, girl, I don't got to lie. I just got that eye. So she was like, so I was like, she's setting everything up. I leave my stuff out in the foyer, and she tells me to basically come in to where the shoot is actually going to take place. I grab a chair and I'm like, hey, I think I want to take pictures on this chair first. I want to do seated, like I'm saying 90s, you know, you gotta, it's face card. Okay, y'all get the picture. So she's like, okay, do what you want, whatever you want, I'm following your lead. And she was like, I'm a quick photographer, I'll get it done, don't worry. Even though you paid for an hour, I got you. I'm like, bet, good vibes, making up for the fact that you was late, sis. But I'm waiting for my family. So remember how I told y'all that I left my stuff in the foyer? Like when you enter into like, it's a kind of like a garage, but like a storage. So it's a storage unit that she uses as her studio. None of my business. So I guess her coworker comes in, she introduces her, and she sits in the foyer at the table. So that's when she takes my stuff up and she's like, hey, I'm going to move your stuff to the back room. So this room, I'm in the front right now of the studio area where you're actually going to take pictures, and I'm right by where like the backdrops are. The room is to the back of that, so it's like I'm staring at that door and it's on my right, and it's behind all the equipment. So she's like, I'm gonna put in this room, there's cameras there, everything, all that good stuff. I won't touch your stuff and nobody will steal your stuff. It's gonna be safe back here. So my family is blowing me up, asking where it is. So, and I was doing what I'm doing right now, looking at my watch. So I'm looking at my watch and I see that my cousin is messaging me and my mom. So I call, I'm like, I need to go get my phone. So I go into the room to go get my phone to call her and say, hey, this is where it is. And I put it down and I'm walking out. So I'm very nervous and anxious. Like I said, like, I don't like to take pictures and I'm having so much anxiety, and I already, like, I'm a type A person. So the fact that she was late and she wasn't answering me already threw me off and made me feel anxious, because I feel like I can't trust you because you don't respect your time. You're making rules that you don't follow, and I don't like that. So I was already off. So I wasn't paying attention basically. So I walk out of the room. And as I'm walking out of the room, remember I said the equipment is back there. I'm not thinking that the equipment is like literally you have to go past the equipment to go into the room that she put my stuff in. So when I was going to the room, of course, the stool, I didn't notice at that time, but there was a small stool with the camera there, and it was like linked to a TV or something with a USB cord, like some type of cord. And so when I'm coming out, in my brain, I'm not thinking like, oh, I got to watch out for cords. So I trip over the cord. And you know, usually I'm not expecting a camera to be there. Because I'm like, who's going to put their I would never do something like that, but I'm not her. So I'm not thinking that I'm going to drop a camera. I think I'm just going to trip and bust my face. So I trip, I catch myself, but the camera falls off the stool. So I let out a loud embrace because I'm a very honest person, and it bit me. I was like, oh my God, I think I broke your camera. And I'm just like, in my brain, I'm like, I'm going to have to pay for this girl camera because I tripped over it. That's what I was thinking, because I'm like, I'm an honest person, and even if I wanted to argue the fact that she has family ties, I just couldn't be that person that does that to someone. Sorry, that shadow's like blocking my face. But she comes rushing in and she's like, oh, she's like a calm. So she's like turning on. She's like, oh, well, it turns on. That's a good sign. And she's like playing with it. I was like, thank God. So once she said it turned on, I said, Jesus is real. Never doubted him. So she starts trying to plug the cord back in that is connected to the TV to, I guess, have a display or a feed or something like that. Don't really know. And she's like, oh, the cord's not working anymore, but don't worry, that's only like $10. So, and I was like, cool, I'll cover the cord. I tripped over it. I'm not even going to sweat it. So we start the shoot. My family's in and we're shooting. Everything's going good. I'm feeling good. The pictures are slaying, and the makeup, my whole idea came to life, and I was so excited and happy. So it ends and it's a time for us to go and pick the pictures. My mom's like, I want these pictures. She pays for extra pictures. I pay for the amount, and I give her almost a $40 tip as well. So she starts, once we're done picking the pictures and all that type of stuff, then she pulls me, my mom, and my sister aside. Me, my mom, and my cousin aside. And she's like, hey, like, I went and test the cord. It's not the cord, it's something with the actual port on the camera, and this camera is $7,000. So I'm just staring because I'm like, sis, first of all, the transaction is between me and you. I don't understand why she had to pull my family into it. And she was like, so I was just like, oh, brother, when she said the 7,000, because I'm like, you're not getting it. Sue me. So then my cousin starts talking. She's like, I don't know what to do. Like, literally, she's like, Ratatouille's like, I don't know what to do. And so my cousin's like, okay, well, take it to Best Buy. Because we're thinking she has insurance. Take it to Best Buy. Go get it checked out. Let us know what's wrong with it. And anything that's wrong with it, we will cover the damages. And my mom's like, I will make sure. And I was like, I got you. Like, you're a part of the family XYZ. Long story short, sis calls me on the loan side and starts trying to bully me to pay for her to get a replacement camera, to agree to pay for something that's around $600 to $500, like $600 damage that she didn't even find out if the camera's actually damaged. I offered to take it to an actual technician to have them check out what's wrong with it. All these things, basically trying to scam me. And once I realized that, I was like, I'm good. But I told her, I said, then she realized that I'm not going for the scam, even though she was trying to intimidate me, yell at me, all this type of stuff. It wasn't working because I was just like, I was just saying, you're being emotional. This is your company. You should have had insurance. It is not my fault that you don't have insurance. If you go check out what is wrong with the actual port that you said that I may have had some responsibility and damages, I will help you cover that. Anything else I'm not doing, that's not my responsibility. So honestly, it's your responsibility. So then she goes and she's like, okay, well, technically the company was saying they have to send it off. I have to send it to them. They're going to evaluate it, and it could be up to $600, not necessarily that it's $600. And we won't know how much it actually is until they evaluate the actual damage of the camera. So I'm like, okay, bet, that sounds good. So send off the camera. Send the camera off, and then whatever they tell you, it will be fixed. Like, you have my word that I'm going to help you fix it. Long story short, she's like, how do I know you're going to do it? I was like, I'll write it on paper for you and get it notarized so you can like understand that I'm serious. And I was like, she asked me what date I'm available. I said, I'm available on Wednesday. I was like, okay, so let me know when you're ready and we can go after you send off it, then we can sign something, because you have to send it off. So I know that you're actually going to do it. And then I will sign that I'll cover anything just to make her feel comfortable. Like, I'm being so considerate at this point. Like, way too nice. That's my problem. I'm too nice. I'm too nice. Do you guys remember love is blind? Okay, moving on. But anyways, she does not do any of those things. And she's still pestering me. The Wednesday goes by. She doesn't call, text me. I think either I reached out to her, she reached out to me. It was probably the ending of the week. And I was probably asking, like, where are my pictures? Why does it take so long? Like, I paid for my pictures. I paid extra money. Like, what's going on? She's like, oh, it takes about 2 weeks. So I was like, okay, so should I expect it the end of January? And she goes silent. She was like, oh, so are you not trying to help me with my camera? I was like, I waited on Wednesday. You never called me. It's your camera. What do you want me to do? And she's like, oh, you're like messing up my business, XYZ, like trying to do all this intimidation. And I'm like, listen, ma'am, when am I getting my pictures? She's like, she just goes. Like, literally goes. Mind you, my mom paid for 3 pictures, $85. And I asked her, are you going to send the pictures to my mom, or am I going to get that specifically? She said she was going to send it to me. Long story short, she starts to go silent. Apparently, she reaches out to my cousin to see if I'm a reliable person. And my cousin reaches out to my mom. And my mom then assures her, hey, I am going to, if Aaliyah can't cover the cost, I'm going to cover it. But you have to send the camera out to get evaluated, or else we're not going to help. So my mom tells me the day I'm supposed to go do a procedure, which I did in I was supposed to do an upper endoscopy. I don't know if I said that right. But yeah, basically. So checking out my stomach. And my mom was supposed to take me there, all this type of stuff. And I'm having this stress of my mom telling me that she then reached out. And I'm like, first of all, Mom, why are you making deals with her? I literally was just communicating with her. She's being weird. Like, she's trying to scam you and she's trying to play you. I have already told her. So I'm getting mad. My mom's getting mad. Like, what's wrong with you? I said I'm going to cover it. But I'm like, why are you going to cover something where this girl is clearly scamming, bruh? Nothing is wrong with the camera. She's trying to get some money. She thinks somebody's up and they got money. So she's trying to play on somebody's top. So then my cousin, who was at the photo shoot, we start talking. She's like, I don't understand why your mom doesn't understand what's going on. Like, that lady's trying to scam y'all. Ratatouille's trying to run a scam on y'all. And why did your mom agree to that? And I'm like, I agree. But once I talked to my mom and explained everything to her, she was like, okay, I get where you're annoyed and I understand. But she's like, you know what? I feel bad because I'm the one who told you to go to her and then she messed up your photo shoot. And I really want you to have your pictures because it's your birthday. And so I was just trying to help you out because I feel bad. And I was like, okay, I got it, Mom. But I also don't want you to pay for something that you don't need to pay for. I don't want nobody scamming my mama, especially a rat. Go scurry and find money somewhere else. Why don't you just make an honest living instead of trying to scam people who you think have money? That's lame. That's so lame. Like, I know your mama didn't raise you to be a rat. Anyways, and going through people's trash cans and trying to find a way to scurry into somebody's house and steal their belongings and eat their food that they worked hard for. I don't owe you nothing. Okay, I'm going on a rant. Let's reel it back in. Long story short, I sent her a message letting her know that send me back my money if I'm not going to get my pictures. She refuses. She tells me that apparently I did some type of damage to her equipment and there's some type of investigation. Until that is resolved, I'm not getting my pictures, which is illegal. So I'm going back and forth with her like, hey, can I get my pictures? Nothing. She's like, you're not getting it. She literally said it in so many words, you're not getting it. Like, she thought that if she held my pictures, then I would be desperate enough to give her money for a camera that I did not damage, that is not messed up, that she has not sent out to be evaluated. And what makes it funny, she's posting on her story that is open, her Instagram, saying like, oh, come shoot with me, having all these shoots, but yet you're saying in text messages and emails that apparently you are not able to run your business because your camera is destroyed. Please, y'all, make it make sense. Is she not a rat or what? You see why I call her Ratatouille? So I already realized that I'm not getting through to her and I'm going through chains to get my money back. So there was no resolve because she wanted to be petty and she wanted to hold on to about $300+, almost $400, because she took $85 from my mom. She took around $315 from me. So that's around like $400, almost $400 worth plus the tip. No, it is $400+ because I gave her like a $40 tip. She took all that money and wanted more. For what? It would have not made any difference in your life. You scamming us out of that money made nothing for you. Literally, like you're still a bum that is flexing on the gram like you got something and you don't. Have all these followers and nothing behind it. You scam it for $400. That's wild. This is why y'all should go to school, do it the slow way, and get your life together and get an honest job. Because people who try to do the fast stuff, you're scamming for $400, and the most she was probably going to get is $1,100. That's what you're fighting for? Like, that blows me. That's some bum behavior. Like, anyways, I kind of went on a rant. There was no resolve with her, and that's fine. I never got my pictures to this day, and there's still impending stuff going on so that I can get some type of resolution to it. And I'm a very patient person, and I will never stop. I will never quit. I will never give up. I always win. And at the end of the day, God always vindicates the good people. And the people who have bad intentions, yes, she may have thought she did hurt me. I was a little hurt by that. But at the end of the day, when I really started thinking about it, everybody started explaining, it's $400. I went and scheduled with BMW, got my photo shoot, and have beautiful photos, and still was able to have my amazing party. Mind you, I was going to hire her to actually take footage of my party, and she messed up on some extra money, and then my friends actually wanted to do shoots and all this stuff. But because she was so concerned about probably going up $1,100, she missed out on a long-standing relationship where she could have continued to make money and stop flexing on the gram like she got it when she don't. That's why everything that glitters is not gold. And the social media is so unreal. Like, do not believe in that stuff. It is not real. Unless you know that person in person and you actually understand what they're doing. A lot of time people are creating a narrative. They're creating a life, a fantasy life. It's not real. But I got my shoot. I got everything done. And eventually I'm going to get everything I lost out of that situation, plus more. And I have already, because God will bless me. At the end of the day, when you are really living with pure intentions and a pure heart, people do not hurt you. They hurt themselves. They may feel in that moment like, oh, I got one over on her. Yeah, this is going to hurt. But in the end, as the Bible says, you shall reap what you sow. God is not mocked. Everything you put into the soil will come back out. You cannot sow into the earth negativity, stealing, lying, scamming, and expect there not to be a return on your end. And I did a little dig on her. And she is exactly who I thought she was. So all my instincts were right. But that's between her and God. Then got my shoot done. Moving on, there were people that came out saying that she did the same thing to them. And that's why I'm like, you know what? Why am I fighting this? Why am I letting her get into my head? I did feel violated by it, to be honest. I was hurt because I'm like, why would you do that to someone who was honestly being kind? And it's like, I could have literally pulled so many things in one. Like, I could have been like, oh, you're trying to hurt. I could have did it so many ways, and I really showed so much good faith. But I also think the lesson is that in a world where people try to be nasty and ugly, always maintain the kind, pure heart that you have, because it doesn't win to be like those people. Because you think about I keep saying, like, the most you would have got is probably like $1,100. What was that worth? That would have been one time that she probably was able to go up, like, pull one on someone, when she could have had a long-standing relationship and have something that would have been mutually beneficial for her. It's just so sad how people are very short-sighted, and how evil is only beneficial for a moment, and then there's a lifelong, like, there's so many consequences, and you live with so much regret and guilt, and you always have to look over your shoulder. And that's why she was freaking out, not thinking she could trust me, because she's not a trustworthy person. The Bible says, to the pure, all things are pure, to the just, all things are just. If your eyes are dirty and all you see is dirt, all you're going to see is that. And it's just like that other thing. It's like, when you think of good things come. It's not because, oh, like, you're like a magnet of good. It's just that your mind begins to notice good only. But when you start to think about negativity, you start to realize that you start to be surrounded by negativity. It's not because it's some type of magnet. It's because your thoughts have become your reality, and that's what you're noticing. And so because people like that, I'm not going to use only Ratatouille, but people like that who have such a negative, ugly heart, and who consistently think that the world is a eat world. And there are people like that, because Ratatouille exists. There's multiple Ratatouilles in the world, and they scurry around and they multiply, but their lifespan is not that long, because it doesn't pay to be a scurrying rat. Like, it does not pay to be a scurrying rat. So I'm just going to say, the lesson that I learned out of this is, even though it hurt in that moment, being a good person is good, because I had an amazing birthday. I had so much love. I had an amazing birthday weekend. I'm surrounded by love and so much greatness, and my life is blessed beyond measure, and I never have to scam someone out of $1,100. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this story time, and I'm gonna do my photo shoot pictures as the cover photo, so you can see the one that I actually posted for my birthday. And everybody was so happy for me, and even the people saw it, because I didn't rant, I just posted that she scammed me. Everyone was like, oh my God, I'm so happy that you got to get in there, photo shoot, because you can't keep a real down, okay? Every time y'all try, every weapon that forms, it never prospers, and it never will, because I serve God for real. I may not be perfect, but I don't fake it. Heart is pure, okay? Well, nobody's heart is fully pure, but God knows that I mean well, okay? I may make some mistakes, but I mean well. And so I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope y'all continue to come. I hope I get more people to tune in for real. Like, But I'm enjoying the journey and the process, and I have so many other great news to share with everyone, and I hope that you guys come through my journey. Bye. Aaliyah Shamir, please like, comment, subscribe, share, hype the video, do all those things. Please comment. Let me know you like it. If you don't, let me know that. Bye.